Aung La will be taking on Renier the Ritter now and putting his one light heavyweight world title on the line. Aung La, so nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, my friend. How are you?
Very good. You've got a massive change up in opponent. What's your mentality like going into this one?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they put in front of me. I'm here to fight. I'm here to put on a great show for the fans. I actually found out that I'll be, competing against Renier when I got to Doha. In the middle of my flight over here. It's a better matchup in my opinion.
Our first one's going to be from Jay Anderson of Cage Press.
So I wanted to start with, we spoke to Renier yesterday, and he made a comment saying this isn't a rivalry for him because he doesn't believe you can beat him, and I just want to get your reaction to that first of all.
He can think what he wants. It doesn't make a difference. I know I've made adjustments since the last bout, so I know I can beat him. He's one trick pony, and I'm a more well-rounded fighter, and I know I'm going to break him, and I know I'm going to put him away.
How much does getting this win back mean to you in comparison to some of the other losses of your career, in particular, Vitali?
Well, it means a lot. He's definitely showed that, he's definitely showed that he's a competitor. Last year was it was a bad year for all of us, and for me to right my wrong, it's very important.
And last one for me. I mean, this time you're at a higher weight, and I'm just curious if you think that will be an advantage for you.
I think so. I think I'll have more power. I'll have more. I think I'll be a little bit stronger, and I've prepared really well for this bout. And I think physics. The more weight, the person with the more weight is going to be a little bit stronger. So I think I'll have a weight advantage on him.
Our next question goes to Jason Burgos of mixedmartialarts.com.
Hey there, Aung. So first question is there like an added pressure for this? Losing to him a second time, if he took your both of your titles, would be tough for any top athlete like yourself to deal with. That fact, along with everything going on back home in Myanmar, are those some of the major reasons you sought out recently a sports therapist before this fight to deal with the pressure of not losing to this guy again?
Yeah, I didn't even know I was going to compete against him. I flew out from the state thinking that I'll be fighting Big Dash, and then in transit, we had a change of opponents. So I'm grateful I have an opponent this coming on Wednesday, and is there added pressure? There's always pressure when you compete in front of the world. There's always pressure, but it's how you deal with pressure, and I think I'm going to be doing a lot better because I've been working with a sports psychologist. And then, the thing that's going on in Myanmar, it hasn't gotten any better. So hopefully I can shine a little light on them, and I can make them proud and make the people in Myanmar happy.
Is getting this just surprised opponent change just less than a week's notice, is it almost in a way like a gift? Because I have no doubt you wanted badly to get this rematch after the last fight, or no matter what, getting a fight on such short notice, less than a week at a championship level, that's really just hard to deal with. Yeah,
if Renier was supposed to fight on the same card as well, and his opponent dropped out. And I'm sure he's happy that he has an opponent, and I am as well, because at the end of the day, we are professional fighters, and we do need to get paid. So that being said, am I happy? I'm very happy with the new opponent. I'm here to prove myself, no one else, and I think this is a good way to prove myself.
One last question. When I talked to you before the first fight, you had a lot of confidence you could deal with his grappling, mentioning all the black belts you work at Samford, but things, went differently on fight night. Did he gain your respect in new ways from getting the submission on you? Or do you look at that fight as, I just made technical mistakes, or maybe on some level where you maybe even underestimating him?
Well, I don't really underestimate him. I mean, I didn't underestimate him. And because of that, I've made a lot of adjustments in training. I've worked a lot. I don't know if he has made the adjustments because it's kind of hard for him to make the adjustment. But you'll definitely see a different and a more exciting fight this time around.
Our next question will go to Leon Jennings of Asian Persuasion MMA. Leon, please go ahead.
I spoke to Renier a couple of days ago. He said he's expecting a tougher matchup. He thinks you're going to have a different approach. Can you tell us a little bit more about your approach going into this one compared to the last one?
You're going to have to wait and see, but it's going to be good. It's going to be exciting. And I promise somebody's going to be face down on the floor.
Although obviously you've been preparing for Vitali, have you also been sort of preparing for him in the back of your mind as well? The fact that even getting through Vitali, you're probably going to face him maybe next?
Honestly, I'm preparing to be the best version of myself. And the best version of myself is a bad matchup for everybody in the world.
Cool. Lastly, you kind of touched on this already, but how important is it for you to make a statement to give your fellow countrymen something positive to talk about and to maybe highlight what's going on in Myanmar?
Yeah, it's very important right now with what's going on. It's really dark times. Like it's hard for me to explain right now, but read it in the news and you'll understand. Like we're going back in the dark ages, and I don't want to dwell too much into it because I'm not a politician myself. But read up on it, and you'll see what's going on in Myanmar. And I want to somehow make them feel that they're not alone, and that I'm thinking of them, and my performance would somehow make them a little bit happier with what's going on right now.
Next question goes to Nick Atkin of South China Morning Post.
Yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts on, did it ever cross your mind, wait, I should possibly not take this fight, it's short notice and I want to prepare more for Renier, or did that not enter your mind?
No, of course not. I signed the contract as soon as it got there. Within as soon as I saw it, I signed it. So.
Do you prefer this fight? Is it, you kind of smiling there? Was this something you wanted to do more than fight Vitali in the trilogy?
Yeah, I mean, both fights are exciting. Both matchups are exciting. I want to compete with. I want to compete and give the fans great fights for however many years I'm going to have my career. This is I know I'm getting in my prime, and I'm getting in the best version of myself, and I want to give the fans exciting fights, and both of them will come and put on an exciting matchup. So I'm just excited.
Yeah, he seems very confident again, and he says he thinks there's nothing you could do to stop the same result. Do you think he's being overconfident there, and you think you're prepared to make it go a different way?
Yeah, I mean, you can't say there's nothing I can't do. I can break his face.
Yeah, that's true. Just lastly from me, would you also like to do this fight with Big Dash down the line again?
Sure, if he's able to. I hope he recovers, from the coronavirus and he's healthy again. Then we'll make for a good matchup as well.
Next question goes to Sergio Pinero of Fighter Path. Sergio, you're up.
You faced three undefeated fighters in your one FC career. Is there extra satisfaction getting it done against someone who has that O next to their name?
Yeah, definitely. It really brings out who they are as a mixed martial artist and a fighter. Some people, when they lose their O, they break and they go down. So it's good. It's you're O for a reason. You're O because maybe you haven't fought the. I don't know. It's just it's to me it doesn't matter. I don't feel that satisfaction in taking the O. It doesn't really matter, but it doesn't make a difference to me.
And then one last one for me here. Some of the greatest rivalries in MMA end up going on to become trilogies. Obviously, there are two belts across two weight classes between the two of you. Do you feel like you guys could go beyond that and maybe fight 4 or 5 several times, defending one another's belts?
Well, every time I do a rematch, I always try to put an emphasis, and I always try to make it known that they second guess signing the dotted line. So after this fight, I plan on doing the same, make him second guess signing that dotted line.
Our next question is from BBC Burmese. BBC Burmese, please go ahead.
You can imagine that Myanmar people will be eagerly expecting and waiting for your Trump as some positive news in these dark times. they desperately need under this current situation? Does it make to you strange or pressure?
Well, initially it was a lot of pressure, especially with what's going on and what people were saying. But I'm trying to use it as a strength, and I'm trying to give them some positivity during this dark times. And for me, it's I just want to be a positive light for them.
Last minute change in opponent, does it affect to your game plan and strategy?
If I'm trying to be the best in the world, if I'm truly trying to be the best in the world, it doesn't matter who I fight against. It doesn't matter who I compete against. I should be a bad matchup for anybody in the world, so it doesn't matter.
For the exact game plan and strategies, because how confident are you in now to fight against someone who capture the middleweight title from you with first round submission?
How confident I am? I'm confident in my training. I'm confident in my team. I'm confident that they prepared me well. I don't have a doubt that I can finish him, and I don't have a doubt that I can put on a great performance against him.
Our next question will go to Jack Gottsell of Tarpsoft Sports. Jack.
Already having an immediate rematch under your belt versus Big Dash, does that experience help you in a fight versus Ritter, where it's also another immediate rematch?
They're two different fighters, so not really. But that being said, we prepare in every aspect, and after my last bout, I've been working a lot on my deficit, so it should make for a good, exciting matchup. And I like that Renier is very confident, saying that he's gonna take everything from me. So I like that, and that should make for a good matchup.
Thank you. And do you believe the short notice will affect your ability to game plan enough to overcome Ritter this time around, or is that something you knew would happen one day? This rematch.
I knew it was going to happen. This rematch was going to happen, but I thought I was going to get through, a few more people. But it's okay. It doesn't like I said, earlier. At Samford MMA, we train to be the best. We train, all aspects of MMA. We train to be a bad matchup for everyone. So we got great trainers. We got great teammates. So I'm just excited that I get a chance to redeem myself from last year.
Next question will be from Christian De Santiago of MMA Island.
Gotcha. I know you're fishing for a big win this week, but with the American primetime, a lot of your American fans and friends are going to be able to watch this at a good time. So, there's a lot of casual fans that are now able to watch this event with it not being so late. So, what message do you want to send to the American audience?
I'm going to put on a great show. It's going to be exciting. The whole card's going to be exciting. But don't blink. This one's going to end with a bang.
Next question goes to Faris of Singapore Strike Sports. Faris, please go ahead.
Follow up to the previous question that you be live on TNT and some of the fans might not know who you are. What you like to say to the fans and describe in a sentence who you are and what makes you the best fighter in the division?
Fans, there's not much to say. I'm gonna do let my hands do the talking. I'm gonna let my fists do the talking. But you guys are in for a treat. U.S. primetime. If you've never seen one championship, you're in for a big treat.
We'll be fighting in the morning. Does that affect you in any way?
No, I spar in the morning, so it's even better for me. We do a lot of our hard training in the morning, so it's perfect.
Our next question goes to Tom Taylor of Bleacher Report. Tom, please go ahead.
Obviously, Rainier is known for his ground game. I know you spent a lot of time since the first fight working on your ground game at Samford MMA. Are there any guys in particular that have been really valuable training partners as you get ready for this rematch?
I would say, Gilbert's been there helping us out. We have, Brendan Allen, who just competed, a couple days ago in the UFC. That was there. We have a lot of great jiu-jitsu guys. Wagner Rocha has been helping me out a lot. I've been doing a lot of just straight jiu-jitsu rolls at his gym. And we have Linton Bissell, Steve Maury, built much bigger than Rainier, so they've been helping me out a lot. Greg Jones been helping me out with the wrestling part, and Nate Malport is here with me. So the list goes on. Like I said, we're trying to be a better version of ourselves. We're trying to be a bad matchup for anybody in the world. So, and my focus, last few months have been a lot on the jiu-jitsu part.
So after all that preparation, how ready do you feel to grapple with him if the fight hits the mat again?
I'm 100% ready, for anything. Like I said, I've been we've been trying to become a better, mixed martial artist as a whole, and of course, there's holes in everybody's game. But that being said, I know he has a lot of holes as well, so it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned a moment ago that you can break his face. We all know that, but should he be worried about your ground game at all in this matchup?
There are things that we'll do, adjustments that we made, and he's going to have some difficulties, in my opinion, in those ground sequences.
Our next question goes to Jude Briosis of Overtime Heroics MMA.
Considering the circumstances, your opponent, your age, storyline coming into this fight, would you say that this fight is the most crucial of your career?
I guess, man, you're only as good as your last fight, Everybody thought I was the man until my last fight, so it is what it is. Every fight is so crucial. Every fight is so important. You only fight a few times in a year or so, but we train, we train 6 days a week, twice a day, so it's so crucial for me to put everything together in one night, one day for us for this one.
There has been recent problems in your home country, Myanmar, which you were so vocal about. Did that ever become a distraction to your preparation? Like, how much of an effect was it to your camp?
It's depressing, especially in the beginning of February. A lot of, fingers were pointed towards me for not speaking out. And it's not that I didn't want to speak out. It was just hard time for me. And it still is, the situation isn't better. Not the world is not doing anything about it. The United Nations not doing anything about it. So it is hard. It is depressing, and it's hard for me not to think about it because it's affecting my friends and my family members, in Myanmar as well. With that being said, I would allocate time to it during the day and then focus on what I had to do, the task at hand, which is get ready for this big competition. But the fight that I'm doing in the circle, in the one championship circle, is nothing compared to the fight that the people are going through in Myanmar.
Our next question goes to Chris Mancuso of Tarp Off Sports. Chris, please go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, I know you're training out of Samford MMA. Has it meant a lot to get, you're going to have a couple appearances on TNT for, blasting the one championship into the United States and into North America? I mean, to be a part of that must feel pretty cool.
Yeah, it's about time, huh? It's about time we have some show in prime time. Of course, it's super cool. This year would be, I would have spent half of my life, in the United States. My in-laws, my friends, the local American audience will know, me a little bit better, will be able to watch my work. So it is very important for me.
And lastly, I wanted to ask you, Kamaru Usman leaves the gym. You're the champ at the gym now. Have you felt any added leadership pressure or anything like that around the Samford MMA gym? I mean, you're going to be someone that the rest of the guys lean on heavily as well in between these fights.
Man, the bond in the Samford MMA is so tight, man. We have a tight knit bond. We have a great group of men that work together and build each other up. So not so much leadership because everybody's there. You have the veterans like Vitor, Robbie, Nate. Man, I could keep going on. And our trainers like Henry Hoof, Greg Jones, Kami, Corey Peacock. Like these guys are amazing, man. We keep each other accountable. We have really close, tight-knit group of guys that work hard, train hard, and at the same time, we're positive energy to each other, you know. So it's there's no added pressure at all, you know, with Kamaru leaving. Kamaru, you know, left on his terms, and he's doing well, and we're happy for him, you know. No one is like angry that he left. No one's, you know, unhappy that, you know, he's gone. We're happy for him. He choose to go his own way, and that's fine. We had great times together, so we'll cherish those moments. And as for me, there's no added pressure. The Sanford group is an amazing group of guys.
The next one's going to go to Dylan Bowker of My MMA News. Dylan, please go ahead.
I'm doing well, thanks. I was just curious because I was, you know, talking to Rory McDonald about, you know, his adaptation with having to do an opponent switch short notice on his own right, a Sanford MMA teammate there. I'm kind of curious what facets of the Sanford MMA gym culture breed that confidence to make rapid adjustments like that.
Like every day we train mixed martial arts, you know, we train mixed martial arts. So the change in opponent doesn't really affect us. You can just go down the list of guys in our gym and you'll see guys that are really strong in their striking, guys that are really strong in their jiu-jitsu, guys that are really strong in their wrestling. And we train with each and every one of them every day, you know? So for us to make the adjustment, it's not hard, you know? We don't train, like we don't bring in a kickboxer when we fight a kickboxer. We don't bring in somebody, you know, out of our camp to fight a body type or a style type, you know? So like Rory is one of the best mixed martial artists as far as the transition go. You know, when he mixes up his striking, his wrestling, and his jiu-jitsu, he's a problem for anybody. So as far as the adjustments go, it doesn't matter. You know, we have great guys in our team, and the energy is amazing. So it doesn't matter who we fight. Like I said, at my peak, at my prime, I'm going to be a bad matchup for anyone. You know, at either middleweight or light heavyweight.
Man, I'm kind of curious if you get the ideal outcome here. This is a bit of a hypothetical, but would you have preference between maybe say a DeRitter trilogy for the middleweight belt, or would a Big Dash trilogy take preference, kind of just closing the book on that saga?
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm going to compete, you know, 2 or 3 more times this year. So I want everybody.